What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome you back to more Pokemon Legends Arceus. In the last episode, we were able to get back to Jubilife Village after having collected the red chain from the Three Lake Spirits. And Silene sent us on our way back out here to the Corona Highlands, where we were able to take on both Benny, who's surprisingly Kamado's second in command, and Commander Kamado himself, putting an end to their plans and finally gaining some respect back, I guess, even though I don't really know if that's respect we want back. But regardless, we are finally going to pull up our pants, pull up our sleeves, run over here, and we are going to put an end to all of this. Kamado, Irida, and Automon are waiting, and apparently there is a Pokemon that we need to put a stop to. It's time to use the red chain. Let's see what it can do. Hold on a sec. My head. Something's talking inside my head. You hold the red chain. Try to catch me then, human. Adaman, what are you saying? What do you mean, catch you? Almighty Sinnoh? I think Almighty Sinnoh just spoke to me. It's telling me, you hold the red chain. Try to catch me then, human, for the fight to come. Take these. What are we getting? Ultra Balls. Okay. No Master Ball? None? We don't have that in this game? Okay. And here we go. Our battle begins against Dialga. So whichever side you decide to pick, whichever Galaxy team member, or not Galaxy team member, whatever clan leader you decide to side with depends on which Pokemon's going to appear out of this portal. So we're going to go with a standard Shadow Ball here. We are definitely going to be taking some stray hits here that are going to hurt quite a bit, but we'll try to knock it down just a little bit. Let's try not to overdo the damage here as we go. But yeah, so because we picked Adaman, we did get Dialga instead. If we had picked Irida, we'd get Palkia, which makes a whole lot of sense. But we can get this thing down really weak, and that's going to definitely hurt. I am going to try to start throwing Ultra Balls here very, very soon. So what can I do to withstand your hits? I'm going to actually switch to Viola, because Viola's got those physical defenses, so hopefully it'll help a little bit. All right, so I am going to actually start throwing Ultra Balls at you, and maybe we can catch you. If I can get lucky, at least. I'd like to get you into the red a little bit more, but I don't know. Maybe this will work out. It did! Wow, first Ultra Ball we threw. Again, Genevieve is the sacrifice. Like every single battle. Oh, I'm so sorry. I really am. She has been left in the dust in all of these fights. And Dialga is ours. She caught it! The red chain is shattered, but we owe the Pokemon of the Lakes our thanks for getting us this far. Oh, well done, Akari, my girl. Masterfully handled. I was watching the whole time as you battled and caught your way to a simply stunning victory. You truly are the pride of the Survey Corps. It's all because she had me show her the ropes when she first got here. Wait, it's happening again. I can hear Almighty Sinnoh. No, it's called Dialga. Mighty Dialga speaking to me in my mind. Space-time is torn. Awful power spills forth. The frenzied one comes to fight. Now, human, fight it with me. You're telling me there's another one? But the red chain smashed to bits. No way even Akari could tackle another Pokemon as strong as that last one now. All of you, we must vacate this. Gah, forget the fancy talk. Book it, come on! We gotta make it back to the summit camp while we still can. We need to leave before the other almighty Sinnoh decides it wants to fight us. But Commander, we can't just leave it here. You dunce, you won't be able to use anybody if you die up here on this mountain. What are you waiting for? I'm telling you, we gotta get done. I like this version of Kamado way better. Please just disregard all the pleasantries. We don't need them anymore. Such dreadful power. It's certainly beyond our current capabilities to survey such a creature. I'm amazed you even managed to stay on your feet before, Takari. Did you notice the energy pouring out of the rift? Seems likely that a buildup of the same energy was what caused strange lightning that threw the noble Pokemon into their frenzied states. Can't believe there really were two almighty Sinnoh after all. Guess that means neither of our clans was really wrong, huh? I must apologize from the bottom of my heart to the both of you as fellow leaders. You saw the truth that I could not. You never abandoned your trust in Akari. And to you, Akari, I acted on ill-considered presumptions and drove you from the Galaxy Expedition team, forcing you to face great hardship alone. And despite all that, you still strove to save all of Hisui. Well, it's not like we could just sit back and ignore the space-time rift. As we understood, Commander, that you had reasons to act as you did. I don't think we did, actually, but whatever. Commander, might I suggest we return to the matter at hand? We left things in quite a state up at the temple. That's the stuff, Mr. Professor. You'd rather face what's in front of us than dwell on the past, huh? Just what I expect from a real scientist. A dependable attitude indeed. Yes, let us move on. Nor do you speak any further about my rash actions, nor apologize, not to mention my loss of composure. I'm not responsible for anything. I just kind of halfway admitted it. Anyway, seems that having Akari about has been a good influence on all. Yeah, thank goodness you were here, huh? We'd have no chance getting through this disaster without you. We're still not through it. How is she to keep fighting? The red chain is shattered. Relax, I've got a plan, donut wrists. Thanks to what Mighty Dialga told me. Dialga, the Pokemon that spoke to you? Yeah, and along with its name, it also told me what we need. The Stone of Creation's beginning, the Chain of Red, the Vessel of Humankind's invention. Unite these three and calm the chaos now pervading space. And finally, Mighty Dialga said it wants to go with us back to the temple. Well, the red chain we have at least, the pieces anyway. I did collect them. And the Vessel of Humankind's invention. I dare say that might refer to a Pokeball. It's got to be it, but what about that Stone of Creation's beginning part? Leon might have some idea. He's knowledgeable about stones and minerals. He even does digging for ore sometimes. Is that so? Then Warden Leon will be a fine resource to consult. And what are your thoughts, Professor Laventon? Do you have any idea what this stone could be? The eyebrows. Oh, upon my word, perhaps I do. Akari, my girl, could you lend me those plates you received from Weird Ear and the others? The ones that Volo had said had messages engraved upon them. Sure. We haven't really been doing anything with them anyway. They've just kind of been sitting in our inventory. Aha, just as I remembered, here on the back of the Earth plate it says, when the universe was created, its shards became this plate. I think this may be a hint to what we need. How do you mean? Don't you see? We must search for a stone, or rather ore, I suppose, that shares the same name material properties as these plates. In fact, I believe that young Leon might know just where to find such a thing, as he said he'd been investigating it at Volo's urging. Now that you mention it, that Volo fellow's come around the diamond settlement asking about those plates before, too. Seems like a lead worth following. It's decided, then. Thus begins our search for the Stone of Creation's beginning. Although the name is rather a mouthful, wouldn't you say? I propose we call it Origin Ore. So begins the counterpart. Irida, may we ask for your clan's aid once more? Of course, I'll call Leon to the summit camp at once. Oh, good, we don't actually have to go anywhere. I thought we were going to have to go all the way back to the Obsidian Fieldlands. I waited as long as anyone could reasonably expect, but my invitation just never came. So I decided to honor you all with an unsolicited visit. Be glad and rejoice. See, this is why everybody hates this character, because not only is it the most insufferable character in the entire game, but they just don't stop. They just do not go away. Go away, Melly. Now, Automan, I see all these other louts have their little tasks to be getting on with, but what of the great Melly? Where's my role in all this? I'm your leader, Melly. Show a shred of respect, would you? Fine, whatever. Just hurry up and give me a job, great leader Automan. I'd make it a good one. You want a job? Fine. Your job is to support others. All the other wardens are busy looking after their nobles and keeping the people of our clans from panicking. Take a hint. Oh, Adaman. Oh, you silly, foolish boy. Don't you understand anything? Everyone has work they are suited to and work they are not. And oh, before I forget, it seems you weren't entirely useless after all, Galaxy Team Grunt. Well done, you. Take this as a reward for your adorable efforts, just my way of encouraging the little people. And you're all so little compared to me. Do you not have a single redeeming quality? Like, at all? Thank you, a candy truffle. Cool. Like, I could go buy those, but I appreciate it, I suppose. I've brought Leon. Yeesh, that ugly hat suits you as poorly as this important role does. I don't like this at all. I should be the one consulted for my wisdom. Sui's ores and stones are a precious resource. Since I was the first to realize that fact, it's only natural that I should be the first one consulted. If you have a problem with that, perhaps you'd like to take it up with Cleaver in a battle with that bumbling ball of yours. Excuse me? That bumbling ball is more than capable of zapping both you and that ugly bug of yours all the way back to your stupidly oversized tree. Shall we prove it to you now? Melly, go away. Please. Yes, bigger things are at stake here. Everyone back home was all worked up about the fact that you were spoken to by Almighty Sinnoh or Mighty Dialga or whatever. This is the Diamond Clan's day. Be proud. Warden Leon, if you would. Certainly. Then let us set out at once. We make for the Primeval Grotto. Where is this at exactly? Head for a place where you can obtain Origin Ore. Well, it must just be down this way. So let's get a move on. And I think what I will do is I will take Braviary with. We're just going to go all the way down here. Now, could this quite possibly be that cave that we explored earlier that we didn't really know what to do a whole lot with? Right behind Probopass? I did not mean to do that. I hate it when it does that. There we go. Yeah, remember this? I thought this had something to do with Heatran, possibly. But now I'm not so sure. What a curious cave. I feel some extraordinary power here, as if the world itself was created in this very place. What do you think, Leon? Taking into consideration my knowledge of ores, my skills at mining, and the strength of my Sligoo's moves, I think you'd better leave any extraction work up to us, wouldn't you say? Yeah, go for it, cowboy kid. I'm going to have to ask you to stop right there. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Who's there? We don't have any time to waste with Clover. We haven't seen you since you walked out on the clan. Where have you been all this time? Huh, I don't have to tell you nothing. Look, you can carry on digging out that treasure you're after, and then you'll give it to us. I don't know why you even look surprised. It's not as if you were hard to follow. What we seek maybe is precious as treasure, but this isn't how valuable it is. We needed to restore this awful sky to normal. Ugh, that earnest goody two-shoes act of yours is what made me leave the Pro Clan in the first place. Enough. I don't care why any of you ran off to play Bandit, but I won't let you get in Leon's way. There are 3 of you and 3 of us. Let's go. Akari, you take Charm. All right. I don't even know why you are here, but just go away. This is going to be way easier than the fight against Benny and Naudamon. Oh no, she's got 2 this time. We're not right on. And look, I think actually Genevieve can survive this fight. Possibly. Let's see. Oh, level 61. I mean, it's not totally a slouch. Still be able to one-shot you with Energy Ball, but hey. Not too bad. Might have been able to tank that if it was a Rhyperior, but oh well. And Gengar. Oh, that works out beautifully, although I'm sure this Gengar is going to hurt, especially when it uses Strong Style. So maybe I spoke too soon about Genevieve surviving. Oh, you know what? Just this once. Just this once, because I feel so bad about Genevieve getting knocked out in every single fight. I am actually going to use a revive here. Not a max revive, but I'm going to use a revive. And there we go. All right, Gengar, do your thing. Shadow Ball again. That's not even going to hurt all that bad. And then let's use a Ceaseless Edge. Strong Style. This should be more than enough. See ya. We also got the critical hit just for good measure there, which I'm not going to complain about. The battle has been decided. All right, can you leave? We're sick of you. Like, legitimately sick of you. I was like how the clan leaders fought their old clan members, too. Which is really the only way they could give them any personality, to be honest, or any semblance of a backstory. Come on, Clover. Why not come back to the Diamond Clan? Times are changing, we're changing, and we could really use someone as strong as you are. Are you joking? I've got no interest in living back in that place with all its stupid rules. Look, we'll let you keep your treasure this time, but you'd better do something about that sky. You're as strong as ever, Akari. Maybe you really can do something about that monstrous creature at the top of the mountain. But even if you do, the next time we meet, you won't escape without a beating. Remember that. I mean, if we're talking about precedence here, you know, never mind. They're gone anyway. Honestly, those three, what did they even come here for? Well, I'll heal up everyone's Pokemon. We appreciate it. Again, really the only reason I revived Gengar, because I knew that was going to happen. It's like they may have been worried about us, perhaps even wanting to help. And they should have just said so, but what a pain they are hiding behind all that attitude. How you two doing over there? I was able to extract some of that origin ore, or whatever it is you wish to call it. I suppose it had better go with you, Akari. So what are we going to do with it exactly is the question. Obtained a piece of origin ore. The ore of mysterious power, spoken of in ancient myths, is said to contain the power of almighty Sinnoh itself. That was surprisingly easy. No, you simply fail to recognize my skill. You ought to be praising my hard work, honestly. I knew we could count on you, Leon. No wonder Cleaver recognizes you as a worthy warden. Let's hurry back to Mr. Professor and show him what we got. That Laventon's got sound judgment, plus knowledge to spare, despite his silly streak. We're just kind of being taken all over the place, so we're probably just going to go back to the summit camp. So let's just do that. Cut out the middleman here. And let's talk. So this stone, this is the stone of creation's beginning, the origin ore. Yes, one can certainly feel an imposing aura emanating from it. Could this be the feeling of the very origin itself? Been meaning to ask since you brought that up, but the origin of what exactly? Of everything by the sound of it. Exactly, my girl. Now then, we go to Jubilite Village. What? Wasn't expecting that. Okay. All this work and now we're just leaving. But to do what exactly? I guess just discuss. Here you are, Professor Laventon. What remains of the red chain, broken as it may be. Thank you, 10 frames a second, Irida. Splendid. Even in pieces, I think we'll find that it's still perfectly fit for purpose. We're jolly lucky you had the foresight to pick up all these broken bits back at the temple. You're up next, Akari. Time for whatever we're calling that stone. Handed over the origin ore. Fragments of the red chain collected at great personal risk by the Pearl Clan. Then the stone of creation's beginning, which we first learned of thanks to the Diamond Clan. And now it is time for the Galaxy team to play its part and turn these items into a proper vessel. Ray, my boy, you are one of our team's greatest craftspeople. Could I ask you to do the honors? He's going to actually do something in this story, aside from throw a really underleveled Pikachu at us? This may take us some time. Perhaps the rest of you had best wait outside while we work. Where'd that Lucario go? It's just gone. Come on, Mr. Professor. Wish they'd hurry it up in there. I'm starting to suspect all your prattling about the value of time as a cover for your own impatience. Sitting back and waiting actually solve things. I'd sit forever, because that'd be using time well, unlike this. Just stand there, strike up. Oh, there we go. It's done. I dub it the Origin Ball. The message conveyed to our good clan leader can be believed, and this should allow you to catch the Pokemon that has appeared at the Temple of Sinnoh. Okay, we have obtained it. Let's do this. Singular and irreplicable Pokeball that can be used to catch the frenzied Pokemon raging at the Temple of Sinnoh. These Pokeballs of yours are full of wonders. To think that the fate of all Hisui could rest in something so tiny. It's interesting how catching a Pokemon on one of these things brings the two of you closer together. Oh, hold on. It's that voice. Well, isn't that convenient? You mean Dialga? Yeah, seems like Mighty Dialga is willing to lend its strength to this fight. That's what it's telling me. Certainly excellent news. Diamond Clan's Almighty Sinnoh, or perhaps I should say Dialga, is fearsomely powerful. Everything's ready now, Akari. Take the Origin Ball and hurry back to the Temple of Sinnoh together with Dialga. Do we have to take him with? I guess so. Well, we're going to head off to the summit camp, but there's obviously like things around the village that I can do along the way. But if we got to take Dialga, we got to take Dialga. So here's what my plan is. I am going to head on in here. I am going to take Dialga with me. But let's talk to you really quickly. So let's look at our pastures here really quickly. So we got a lot of pastures around here. I got Dialga, who is sitting with, I mean, frankly, not that good of stats. Like, in compared to the rest of our team, it's a little bit underleveled. We have all these other additional Pokemon out here that I definitely could stand to catch in some way or another. I mean, I could go through them individually, release a few, get some more grit, whatever, if need be. Got some Riolu out here. There is our Alpha Lucario, our Alpha Garchomp, which actually that would be a doozy to take with us, wouldn't it? Whew, level 85. You know, honestly, probably would be a smart decision. But, again, I don't really have any grit anything to actually give them. I mean, would it be better than Adam? Probably. A little faster, hitting a lot harder, not as many defenses, though. I don't know. I really don't know. Hyper Beam, oh my gosh, all sorts of stuff. So we are going to kind of spend this episode just sort of figuring out what to do. We have to take Dialga with us. So I am going to take Dialga in the place of, and I hate to do it, but I am going to do it in the place of Genevieve. And I'm only doing this because these four have kind of been our main ones here. Roddy, Darko, Viola, and Hubert. And on that same note, I think we're going to also take Garchomp with us. The Alpha Garchomp. I'm probably going to have to give him a name, and I think I'll do that between episodes, and I'm going to try to get him upped a little bit. So I also think between episodes what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my remaining pastures, and I'm going to try to sort of sort through everything here. You can see I've got it pretty much in alphabetical order up to a point, I believe up to this Zubat here, and then everything after this is not necessarily sorted, so I'll just kind of individually go through all of those and release them, and then we'll obviously get the grit we need to get to upgrade Garchomp and Dialga a little bit. Now, one other thing I want to do before we get the heck on out of here is head up this way. And no, it doesn't actually look like our farm is done, so never mind. Can't do anything with that. I mean, that was only like 4 episodes ago, so I suppose that makes sense. But we can check some other things. Probably should not have checked you, but I'll check you, Ginter. Here's all the good news, goods I got right now. We got a mechanical tub, mechanical circular saw, and an I like rock. Okay, and the I like rock is a Dawnstone, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, we also got mechanical tub and circular saw. Mechanical tub is super tempting. For 20,000, I think I'm going to take it, actually. Cool. So we're actually going to be using that. Solve this my items mysteries. Your reward will surely be far greater than the price you paid for it today. Well, then I'll get this sent to your quarters, free of charge, of course. So that's going to go directly into our house, and I can actually show this really quickly. You take a look once we head on inside. So right there, look at it. It's a washing machine. You're probably wondering, what is this for? Well, it's of course to make wash Rotom. So I have a Rotom in here somewhere, I think. There you are. Why don't you have a look at this little guy? And there we go. All right. Rotom is now water and electric type. Obviously, we can change it to really whatever we want. And my main goal is to go... what is it? Fan Rotom. That's kind of the main one I wanted to get, and we'll have to get that at a certain time. In fact, I think Circular Saw is the other one that he had available, which is probably something I could end up going and getting. Obviously, that's not super pressing at this exact second, but it would actually be kind of nice to, you know, be able to buy that while he still has it in stock and not wait forever. So we might as well just sell off all of those Stardusts, and let's actually purchase it before he gets rid of everything. So there we go. Oh, that one's 40,000. Never mind. I thought I could afford that. Well, that was dumb. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't really look like there's a whole lot left we can do. I'm not going to just spend the time going through pastures in this episode. Gosh, that's a big Empoleon. So I think I'll just do that off screen, and we're going to cut this episode short here and call it. So thank you also very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode very much. In the next episode, we will finally confront Palkia with our Origin Ball. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be exciting. I will see you all in the next one.